Do you want pets? Do you want to play? What do you want?
Readington, the cat who chose me.
What? What? What?
When I look back at how Readington came into my life, I can't help but feel like it was meant to be.
Good boy. Thank you for the mousey. Yeah.
I had just graduated from college and moved to Fort Worth to start my adult life. Everything was new, uncertain, and a little lonely. In the middle of adjusting to a new city, new routines, and the quietness of a first apartment, I realized I was missing something. Companionship, warmth,
Readington.
a reason to come home
How's
and
your
stay.
day going? Did you eat already? Are you excited to nap?
That's when I started looking into adoption. I knew I wanted a rescue cat. I spent hours scrolling through Pet Finder until one evening I stumbled across him. A golden tabby cat with haunting green eyes and a tired, fragile expression. His name was Reddington. There was something about his face, maybe the sadness, or the way he seemed to look right through the screen into my heart. I contacted his foster immediately. A few days later, my boyfriend, now my husband, and I drove up to Oklahoma to meet him.
High five.
He didn't rush to greet us. In fact, he didn't move much at all. He was curled up in the back of his crate, silent and still. His fur was patchy, his body thin. He had an ear infection and a defeated posture. He'd been left behind by his previous owner, and it showed. But even in that moment, hidden away and shut down, there was something in him that said, I still want to be
Not dinner
loved.
time. Not yet. Are you gonna follow me? You're not tricking me.
Without saying a word to each other, we knew he was the one. We brought him home that same day.
Bless it. No?
The first few weeks were quiet. He was shy, barely made a sound, mostly slept. We gave him space, lots of gentle reassurance, a warm bed, and soft meals. Slowly, the walls began to come down. He started following us from room to room, cautiously, then confidently. He found his voice, and when he did, he didn't hold back.
Aw, what us for dinner?
Just 1 month after adopting him, something changed. He started avoiding food, cried when trying to eat, and would paw at his mouth. After 3 vet visits and a specialist consultation, we learned he had feline stomatitis, a painful chronic condition where a cat's immune system attacks its own
High
teeth.
five. High five. High five. High five. High five.
The only long-term solution was to have most of his teeth removed. It was a heartbreaking decision, but we knew we couldn't let him live in pain. So we went ahead with the surgery and hoped he'd come out better on the other side. And he did, in ways I could never have imagined. With the pain gone, Readington became a completely different cat. He was suddenly loud and dramatic. He would meow for food, for pets, for attention, or just because I walked into another room without him. If I stood up to grab a glass of water, he'd follow me down the hall, meowing furiously like I had betrayed him.
How was dinner?
He's incredibly expressive. If I'm sitting next to him and not petting him, he'll paw at my sleeve until I give him the love he thinks he's earned. And if that doesn't work, he'll look me straight in the eyes. These deep, emerald green eyes that seem to ask, do you see me? Do you remember I'm here? And I do, always.
Such a good boy. Wow. Wow.
Last year, we decided to adopt a second rescue, a young kitten who needed a home. At first, Reddington was less than thrilled. He sulked, hissed, and made it very clear that he preferred being an only child. But slowly, something changed. They started playing together, then napping side by side. Now, they chase each other through the house like old friends. He still demands to be the center of attention, of course, but he shared his home, and that's something. Readington is around 12 now. When I adopted him, he was already middle-aged, probably 5 or 6, and yet he still has the heart of a kitten. He plays, runs, cuddles, complains, and loves with full force.
Thank you.
Despite some oddities, extra ligaments in his hind legs, a funny gait, he's healthy and thriving. The vet says his quality of life is great, and I believe it. I see it in the way he sprawls out in a sunbeam, in the way he chirps when I walk in the door, in the quiet way he leans into my hand when I scratch his chin. Caring for Readington has taught me more than I expected. Patience, compassion, how to listen, even when no words are spoken, how to show up, even when it's hard. I didn't just adopt a cat, I inherited a soul that had been bruised and trusted me to help him heal. I don't know what his life was like before he came to me, but I do know that whatever time he has left, I want it to be full of peace, safety, and love, because that's what he's given me.
No, you can't get on. No, you can't get on. No cuddles. No.
And if his story touched you, even a little, I hope you'll take a moment to like this video or subscribe to the channel. Every gesture of support helps us share more stories, like Reddington stories that remind us that second chances are always possible, and that love can come from the unlikeliest places. And if you're thinking of adopting a senior cat or a rescue with special needs, take the time to truly understand what they've been through. Talk to your vet, read, ask questions, be patient.
Our team works hard behind the scenes to find and share real-life stories that truly matter. Every video is crafted with care, carefully researched, edited with trusted sources, and always treated with the respect these stories deserve. What you see isn't just made to inspire, it's meant to be real and meaningful.